Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Shafina Zafarani Agni Ananda and my student ID number is 63251468. In this video, I would like to share my plans to visit my favorite countries. The first country I want to visit is South Korea. Ever since I was a child, I love country with 4 distinct seasons: fall, spring, summer, and winter. But I especially love spring. When the flowers are just beginning to bloom, it's absolutely beautiful. I want to visit the iconic tower there called Namsan Tower. At night, you can see the city lights, which are thoroughly stunning. The next country I want to visit is Canada. There's a truly amazing natural phenomenon. They're called the aurora. Witnessing the aurora is a stroke of luck. To see it, you need the sky to be completely dark or to be far from city lights. The best time to see it is during the colder, darker months, usually from late fall to early spring. Then, I really want to go to Italy. There you'll find a world-renowned culinary culture. Italian cuisine isn't just about pizza and pasta. Each region has its own special taste, ranging from risotto in the north, authentic gelato on very street corner, to espressos, which is an integral part of the local way of life. Next, I want to discuss non-countable nouns. This presentation was prepared by Shafina. And today we are going to look at the rules and categories that define how we use that specific type of nouns in English. So, what are uncountable nouns? Essentially, these are nouns for things that we cannot count with numbers. They represent items that are seen as a whole or a mass rather than individual units. This often includes names for abstract ideas or qualities, as well as physical objects that are too small or too amorphous to be counted. Think of things like liquids, powders, and gases. There are two very important grammar rules to remember here. First, uncountable nouns are always used with a singular verb, and second, they usually do not have a plural form. To make them easier to identify, we can group them into common categories. First, we have liquids and gases, which are substances that have the fixed shape such as water, milk, air, oxygen, and steam. Next are abstract ideas. These are concepts that we cannot touch or see physically, such as love, time, happiness, advice, and luck. Finally, we have mass materials, which are things made of many tiny parts or materials that we view as a collective, including sugar, rice, sands, wood, and even furniture. Now, let's focus on the specific grammar rules for non-countable nouns. First, we never use a or an. You cannot use indefinite article before these nouns. For example, saying I need a water is incorrect. Second, There is no plural form. You can not add an S or ES to this word. A common mistake is saying, "We give me to advice," which is wrong. Treat. They always take singular verb, even if the amount you are referring to is larger, the verb remains singular. For example, the correct sentence is "The information is very helpful." Because we can use numbers, we use quantifier to measure quantity. For uncountable only, we use words like much, little, a little, or a bit of. For countable only, we use many, few, a few, or several. For intense, we say there are many coins. However, some quantifier work for both, such as some, any, a lot of, and enough. You could say, "I need some sugar," or "I need some apples." One quick note: the word much is mostly used in negative sentence and questions. Some nouns are often mistaken for being countable because they look plural or are countable in other language. For example, news ends in an S, but it is actually singular. Hair is considered uncountable when you are referring to the whole head of hair. Finally, consider money. Well, you can count individual coins or bills. The word money itself is uncountable. To summarize the differences, let's look at this comparison table. Counting. Countable nouns can be counted like 1, 2, 3, while uncountable nouns cannot be counted individually. Article. Countable nouns can use a or an, but uncountable nouns cannot. Plurals. Countable nouns have both singular and plural forms. Uncountable nouns only have a singular form. So, how do we count nouns? We use measure words or containers to show the amount. Here are some easy examples. For ideas or furniture, we use a piece of advance or furniture. For liquids, we use a glass of water. For food, we can say a loaf of bread or a bar of chocolate. And for mass materials, we use a kilo of rice. To wrap up, let's practice correcting some common errors. Instead of "I need some information," the correct form is "I need some information about the flight." Instead of "too many salt," we should say "there is too much salt in the soup." And instead of "many homework," the correct sentence is "the teacher gave us a lot of homework." I hope this helped you understand how to use them correctly in your writing and speaking. Thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.